Hey, what's up guys, it's Karate Fox, and right behind me I have 52 different window and door designs. That includes 10 doors, 10 garage doors, and 22 windows. And you guys can use this in your Minecraft builds, or you're looking for some inspiration for your build, you can use this. Whether you can use it for your house or building in your Minecraft town or city, there's a lot. There's even these garage doors for houses and storefronts, and all sorts of different window design. And this video is actually commissioned by AnwirOG, so thanks to him for making this video possible. If you guys are interested in commissioning a build for yourself, check out the link in the description. Although it's the first time I've gotten a commission request to do this, I think it's actually a pretty good idea since like some other YouTubers do it. But this one is for 1.5 to 1 scale also. So first we're going to take a look at the doors, and then the garage doors, and lastly the windows. So the first door right over here, we have this oak wooden door, nice texture, got this Christmas wreath in the middle, and some windows on the sides, which is another thing you can have next to your door. And then next up we have this taller door. It has this little step up here at the bottom, it's yellow colored, and there's like a glass window right above it. Although it's not glass in Minecraft, I guess you could add it. It also has like this frame around it, got like a little piece sticking up in the top. By the way, this window part, it's not part of the door itself. The door itself is going to be this bottom area, so that's kind of like the window above the doorway. And then we have this double door. It's colored orange with some metal plating at the bottom. This actually reminds me of like a school building door. And the next door is also a double door, but it is taller with the frame. And it got these nice fancy windows, door handle in the middle. And then next we have this door. I'm going to turn on my night vision for this. Just a simple door. We got like a little window on the side, so kind of like reminds me of like an office building or something. And then right over here we have a nice textured door. It does have some windows on the sides as well as a longer window here at the top. And then next up, this one has a facade around it, so it makes it more fancy. With just like a nice gray texture to it, a little window on the top of it. Then we have another facade one, and this one has some really tall windows right here divided in the middle, so they're double doors, and then some details for lights and stuff. And then next we have another one of these double doors, and we got the windows that cut off at the top corners and a little round arch at the top. And then next up we have this door. These two doors actually related, so this one is just like kind of like a modern design. I used an iron bar, and I used the debug stick so it doesn't connect with this wall. Just a nice gray texture. So you can see these textures, they're facing one way, and the left side is going to be a different texture facing a different way. And this one is similar, but it does have a little window here in the middle, as well as this nice black overlay texture to it. So kind of like using a 3D effect, which by the way, all of these doors pretty much follow the 3D effect. So next up, this one's actually really simple and easy, just like a simple door with like a window at the top of it. And then next up we have this one. It's kind of like a modern design again, with that little window. It's very similar to that door right over there. It's just different color, I guess. I don't know, but definitely if you're making doors, the material you make it out of, it could be an interesting creative choice. And we have this door right over here. It's like a window door with like a little bar here in the middle. And then we have like this textured door. It's made of like stripped oak wood. Another thing you can use. This one's also a simple doorway. Got a little window here in the middle, smooth quartz. And then this one's also simple, just like horizontal of these stripped dark oak wood. And then we have this door. It's kind of similar to this door, but I feel like this one looks better. It used the debug sticks to separate the white stained glass pane so they don't connect in the middle, making a different window shape. And then next up, this is actually going kind of like a modern design. So like if you have like a storefront or something, glass. Yeah, it's pretty much like a glass door, so it does have like this door handle like that. That is pretty cool. And then we have this fancy entrance. I actually based this off like the YMCA in Flushing, New York. And you know, it's like a glass door as well. Got the door handles in the back of this, and a window at the very top, and some lamps on the sides. Little stone buttons for some inscriptions, writing about it. So that is pretty cool. You can use this for like an office building or something, some fancy hotel maybe, or apartment. I don't know. Depends on what you want. Now we're gonna go check out the garage doors. So the first garage door, this is used in like a house. So it kind of reminds me of like barn doors. In the middle, it's supposed to be an X here and another X here, but you know, it's Minecraft, kind of hard. and some windows at the very top with a divider and a little lamp. Then next door, if I turn on my shaders, you guys can see it has an arch on the top of it, as well as these windows which are like fenced out like that. And then next up we have this door. This is going to be used for something like an auto repair shop, a garage. You're using like these intersecting lines, which are nice and thin, so you guys could probably add in also like a window behind this as well if you wanted to. It really just depends, but it's another way to build it. And then we have these two doors. So these are actually used for storefronts. So you know those doors that roll up into this thing here, and then here's a chain that if you pull it down, this actually goes up. And we got the smooth stone slabs for that, like a black frame around it, and some iron bars in the middle, because this part's, there's like little holes in it. Well, this one is similar, but it does have black instead. And also the inside of it, there's like a bar over here in the middle, so it's like a little divider. So you can imagine like there's like a window here, another window here. And yeah, it's just different designs. Now for these upper ones, these are actually used for houses. So it's like a typical house garage. This one's actually like 3.5 blocks tall. So you can't really add in an iron trapdoor here in the middle. It's either like down at the bottom or down at the top. So that's why I use slabs for this one. If I could, I would use iron trapdoors, but yeah, got a little knob there in the middle. And then right over here, I have the rest of the garage doors. So you can see the differences between the designs. You can vary the number of windows. So this one has like 4 windows, this one has 3 windows, this one has 2 windows. And they also vary on where the window is placed. So this one is kind of like at the top end, this one's sort of the middle, and this one's also at the top. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of variety you can use. I recommend using tripwire hooks for the door handles. I feel like that's a good block to use. And then next up we have this firehouse door. If you have a fire department, maybe you want to use this style door. Got some windows you can look through. And I originally came up with the design when I was working in Warp UK. They were having problems with the door in their firehouse, so I just came up with this one. Very nice and simple. Alright, so that is actually all the doors. Now we're going to take a look at the windows. So there's definitely a lot of windows to use from. The regular standard windows in 1.5 to 1 scale is going to be 2 blocks tall, but of course it's going to be tall windows. And also windows for like storefronts, which are what these two things are. So yeah, you can definitely vary. We're frequently using iron trap doors and like end rods for these, a lot of them. And by the way, some of them use shutters on the sides. So these two things are a similar concept, just the spacing of the pillars are different. Well, this one has a line in the middle. This one has a jutting out piece for a house. So you will probably see these quite a lot. And I did use a debug stick, so we got the walls to act as window shutters on the side going inside. And then right above this one is a fancier window. Got a nice facade around it. And there's like double windows, like dividers here in the middle. And then next up here, this is also a fancy window. We've got a half circle at the top and a bunch of layering with end rods making those crisscross lines. And the top part is going to be different from the bottom area. Then right off the top, we have these two windows. Now they're pretty much the same thing, just this one has a lot more end rods, while this one's trying to keep it simple. Sometimes you don't want to have so many end rods, like you don't want to make it so many layers deep, so maybe you want to go with this one. Also change like the top part versus the bottom, which is horizontal. Down at the bottom, this is more of a modern design. If you're making a modern building, maybe you want this type of window. And you can see it's nice and rectangular. They're all self-contained. It's not really like sticking out. That's why I did not have like blocks sticking out like this. So if you have a modern house, maybe try this one out. And then next up we have this simple window, just got like a little divider in the middle, but I did use smooth quartz slab at the top and the bottom just to make the window frame taller. So that's another thing you can do. I mean, even though the window itself is 2 blocks taller, you can make it taller if you add in stuff like the frame. And then next up, I've got a nice simple window, side shutters, and it's just divided into 2. Then right over here, I really like this one. I think it's really cute. It's just like a 1 block window. But it's like a circle window, so it has the crisscross in the middle. Very nice. Maybe you can have one of these at the top of your house. And then right over here, this is like 2 windows in one. They're kind of combined, but it uses an interesting effect using these nether brick walls on the side for the window shutters, Well, at the same time behind it, I use smooth quartz block just to have like that white frame, because if you look at many windows in real life, they often have a white frame around it. So we hit two birds with one stone with that one, just in case you don't like this type of shutter. And then here we have some more window designs. This is a smaller 2-block tall window. Maybe you can use it as a regular window. It also has shutters on the side. And then here's another style of window you can try out. So this one has like bars on the top part of it, just so it's just like looks like it's kind of pulled up. And then these two windows, they are very similar. They're actually the same thing. This one's 1 block wide and this one's 2 blocks wide. Normally my windows are 2 blocks tall, but you know, this one's taller type of window, so I can try this interesting design if you want. And then right above we have another window. This one actually is 3 windows combined, so you see these 2 bottom windows, pillar in the middle, and an arch window at the top, so it's a smaller arch than the other arch, just in case you want to vary the size. And this is another window design you can try out. So it's kind of like a big window in the middle and then 2 smaller windows on the sides. And then right over here, this is a fairly tall window. I've got 2 divisions right here. This one has actually all 3 of these have window shutters. And this one has 3 equidistant windows, so that is another thing you could try out. Then this one at the bottom is just like 2 windows stacked on top of each other. Nice simple design. But this one also has iron trap doors on the outside part, so you can see it connects with the wall. So it could be more vanilla friendly, but you'll probably use birch trap doors instead. But that's a way you can make these walls look like they're going towards the middle, unless you have a debug stick. Which, by the way, I believe the debug stick is going to be added in a future Minecraft update in the creative inventory. So maybe in the future you don't even have to worry so much about it. But anyways, this is the last window, just like a simple 3-block wide window. Fairly wide, but it's 2 blocks tall, so just 2 windows with this divider here in the middle. And yeah, that's actually it for the 52 different designs for our windows, doors, and garage doors. Thanks again to AnwirOG for commissioning this collection of things. Definitely, I don't really typically do these types of videos. Let me know down in the comments if you're into these types of videos, or again, if you are interested in commissioning, check out the link in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.